with, thank you. We're gonna try and get deals with CFC. We know for sure the Knights will work with us, the Hornets will work with us, and the Checkers will work with us again. Big shout out to Mr. Orr. I don't think he's on here, but he is going to be kind of taking the bull by the horns on that one. So we'll get some extra bucks back. We on the lookout for that next year. Am I doing the next one?
Yes.
Okay. And thank you to Ruth Medina and Zaina Lord. The potluck was a tremendous success, as always. That was my third one and the best one so far for me. And thank you to all the volunteers. It takes a lot of people to make that happen, and it takes some great leaders at the helm, which we had, and hopefully they will continue to lead next year. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Sherry. Now on the first order of business here for the agenda, we will review and approve the meeting minutes from March.
Hey, Danny,
Hey,
do you share your screen normally with the agenda? Are you?
Is it not up?
No.
All right,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
try it again.
Just while you're pulling that up, I'll give another shout out. I would like to publicly acknowledge and appreciate the newsletter team and the other communications team, social media and GroupMe, for all of their hard work this whole entire school year. Just helping push out announcements, posts, monitoring the chat, all that good stuff is stuff that they do remotely, right? They can do from the convenience of their home, but the fact that they dedicate their time means a lot to this PTA. And so the newsletter team comprised of Jessica Fratacangelo, Anna Van Hoos, Nayeli, I can't pronounce her last name, I apologize. And Sherry Cuevas was also part of the team for most of the year. And I'm forgetting one, Kiara Maggot. So big shout out to the newsletter team and the other folks.
Thank you very much, Pamela. And I do have my screen up again. I just refreshed it. Do you see it? Is it coming through?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Cool deal. All right, so meeting minutes from March, just kind of going through the minutes here. Meeting was called over about 7:05 p.m. The shout outs we reviewed were regarding the middle school exchange students from Spain, the recap of the VIP Jamboree dance, Black History Month celebrations, and then the February academic nights that Miss Modine kind of gave us more information on. We also had a Q&A session with Miss Modine where we went in depth on the differences between dual language immersion and world language programs, kind of what differentiates Collinswood from other programs like Oaklawn or Charlotte E, or excuse me, like Sale, and also kind of encouraging everybody to really learn the difference as parents so we can speak up and really champion the program and the school here at Collinswood. We talked about the soccer field situation. Ross gave us an update regarding some burst pipes underneath the soccer field and the fact that our middle school soccer games are going to be away games for the rest of the year. For general committee updates, we talked about the potluck and kind of how the planning was going for that. Book fair. Naomi gave us more information about the nominating committee as she and her team have gathered nominations for next year's board. Talked about the Noah's Ark program, the cross country program, as those programs are getting underway, and gave us an update about Collinswood Cares, including more information about how to join the email list for that program. Sherry gave a quick plug for the Checkers game and some of the neighborhood meetups that we have on deck for later in the year. Dominique walked us through the treasurer's report and how much money we have in the bank and some of the things we're doing financially. Robert walked us through an invest campaign update and some of the work that he's got in the pipe regarding business sponsorships and kind of additional fundraising efforts. And lastly, thanks to Ross for reminding me, we reviewed February's minutes and approved them. Any questions about March's minutes? Anybody have anything to add? All right, I move that we approve the March General PTA meeting minutes.
I second that motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I unmuted. That was really dumb.
Sherry unmuted her speaker there, got a little feedback. All right, so meeting minutes are approved. Thank you very much. Forward and onward. Some general committee updates. We will kick it off with Jamie to talk to us about staff appreciation.
Hello, we have a lot of appreciating coming up and some that we missed over spring break. So Assistant Principals Week happened over spring break, and Teacher Assistants Appreciation Day as well as Librarian Appreciation Day all happened while we were on spring break. So Labrizzi, Sally, Ms. Basham, Ms. Linares, Ms. Lopez, Ms. Tobias and Paz, Ms. Tovar Berghoff, and Ms. Pilonieta and Ms. Smith will all be acknowledged this week. We're getting gift cards and some of Ruth forwarded me the document about their favorite things. So I'm going to make little gift bags with some of their favorite things and a little gift card and a note of gratitude for all of them. And I'll have that to them by Friday this week. Then at the end of the month, we'll have our admin appreciation. I think that's the 22nd of April. So we'll be acknowledging Ruth, Ms. Cabral, and Ms. Harrison with kind of the same, like a gift card, a note of gratitude, and some of their favorite things. And then next month we'll get in, or at the end of the month, we'll also have our, I believe it's on the 26th, that last Friday, we'll have our cart as per usual. I think this month's theme is yogurt our attention, like a yogurt bar for for like a little breakfast yogurt treat, something. I'll put that Sign Up Genius together and have our social media communications team blast that out. And then I'll start gearing up for Teacher Appreciation Week, which is the first full week of May, beginning with May 6th. So I'll start putting together that flyer and start making Sign Up Geniuses or like asks for donations and things like that. We're going to repeat the big gift card giveaway. That was a really big, I guess, fun, popular, exciting thing amongst the staff last year. So we'll do that again, and some similar activities from last year because they went over really well. But that is it.
Awesome, Jamie, you're killing it. Thank you so much. All right, next up, Pamela, I know you already mentioned a little bit earlier, you wanted to shout out the newsletter and communications team. Anything else to add on that one? Anybody else you wanted to shout out? All right, silence is golden. Forward and onward. Is Naomi on yet? I haven't seen her jump on.
No, I'll send her a message.
All right, well, I know she sometimes jumps on late, so we will head over to, actually, well, Sherry's sending her a message. Quick spiritware update from Elena Marler. We have brand new spiritware that has been ordered and has arrived. Elena and Adam Corticos are working on getting all the inventory numbers together and getting all of that put together. So we will have it available for purchase on the online store. So be on the lookout for more details to come on that one.
Jamie, if I could, can I say something about number 2, volunteer appreciation?
Yeah, go for it.
So the staff is organizing a volunteer appreciation for all of the amazing volunteers. I have sent it out to our volunteer list via CMS volunteers. And it's also, hopefully now on our Facebook page, if it made it there. I would love to have as many come as possible. We have a 9:15 breakfast that'll be here for everyone, and a special show. So I'm hoping that volunteers can come and enjoy a fun morning.
And I think that was on, what date was that?
It is August, August, I think it all the time, April 25th, I don't know, I think August 25th is permanently in my brain as the first day of school or something, but. April 25th at 9:15. Yep, so you can drop your kids off in carpool, have them go through the front entrance and then just walk around to the multipurpose room entrance.
Awesome. All right, Sherry, talk to us about the Noche Familiar.
Okay. We have our third Noche Familiar coming up on April 19th. That is a Friday. The time was just solidified as 6:30. Shoot, hold on. 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Movie title TBD, but it will be indoors because sunset is not until later. However, outside, your kids can play on the playground if you supervise them. There will also be food trucks that include a couple that we had during the literacy nights, which would be The Sweetest Thing Bake Shop. She's coming back with her homemade baked goods. They were phenomenal. And her friend who owns Tasteful Treats, that'll be very kid-friendly diet of hot dogs, nachos, flavored lemonades. And then we have a friend of one of our families here that owns a food truck called Tonita Taquiera. So they're gonna have food that you can imagine matches that title. And then our very own Collinswood alum, you guys, your kids definitely love her little mini pancakes, flippin' minis. She will be here serving those up. So lots to choose from. Come hungry. Elena is not on the call right now, so I'm going to offer her popcorn services up. Surprise for her later. So we should be able to have some popcorn there as well, like last time. And then open gym as usual. And hopefully we'll have another strong showing of our wonderful staff. It's always great to interact with them on a casual night. So April 19th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And I'll talk about number 5, I guess.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Any questions from the group regarding the Noche Familiar? Alrighty, Ms. Labrizzi, question for you in the chat.
Yes,
What is the anticipated duration of the volunteer appreciation event?
9:15 to 10.
9:15 to 10, Maya. All right, Sherry, take it
Thank
away with,
you.
you're welcome. Take it away with the website updates.
Okay, so Adam Corticas, who I don't think is on here, but he is our website guru, has worked really hard on something that the PTA put together. It is a resources page, which you'll find on the resources tab of our Collinswood PTA website. This is going to be easy to get resources during your summer break, or if you're a family like ours that does not habla español at home, and feels like we need to do more to support. These are all great resources. I have them broken down by grade, as well as some parent resources. There are going to be things on there like, yes, I had some general tips, some things that Charlotte Mecklenburg Library offers, some YouTube channels to save, podcasts to save, links to movies and shows, some math, which apparently gets really hard once 3rd grade hits. I'm not looking forward to that. And then some links to chapter books that should match at grade level. Those are all gonna be linked to Amazon, but they are, I would say almost all of them are available at Charlotte Mecklenburg Library. And if you do not know this, your child's student ID automatically is a link to a library card for Charlotte Mecklenburg, or yeah, libraries. So if you don't live near a library and you can't get there in person, but you want to go on their website, a lot of those, you can log in with their student ID and then you can rent those online. So
And some of those titles are also available. A couple of them I know of are on Sora.
awesome.
I
Yay.
will also add with the Charlotte Mecklenburg Library, if you download their mobile app, they have actually a really rich selection of ebooks, so you can check those out free of charge, just like any other book. Read them through the Kindle app on a Kindle device or on an iPad or even on a phone. So we're a big fan of the library ebooks in our house.
Yeah. So hopefully this helps families get through the summer a little bit. There are also some links on there that are for English resources as well. Not quite as robust. If you have any suggestions to put on there, please email me and we can add them. This was not done in conjunction with the school or any of our educators. So if there's anything on there you have concerns about or whatnot, please tell us. They are not involved. So that is all.
Thank you, Sherry, and thank you, Adam, for putting them together and getting that up on the website. Naomi, I see you're here. Do you want to take a moment and chat with us about cross country?
Yes, hi. Sorry if you were waiting for me. I had to drop some kids off at a class, but yes, so we are looking for some coaches, for some volunteer coaches for the cross country season. That's through Cross Country for Youth program. And I'm going to put the link in the chat. That's just general information about what you would need to know about being a coach. And I'm happy to answer any questions. You can just email me if you have any questions about that. What the program director has said is that you do not need to be a runner. You just have to have interest in working with students. He provides all of the workouts. He provides all of the information that you would need to be a coach. So you, like I said, you don't have to be a runner at all. It will not require anyone to do any running. But if you're interested, it would be great to have you. That's for the fall season. The details are in the newsletter that we just sent out. So the season runs from 9/3 to 11/7, and there will be practices after school 2 times a week with 4 Saturday races, and it is for grades 3 to 8. So it would be awesome to have an elementary school parent for a coach and then also a middle school parent for a coach, but we're happy for whoever can help out.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Naomi. And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot Naomi an email, let her know. Did I see you tell somebody that we're after Naomi?
Yeah,
Okay, who's after Naomi?
Liz.
Liz. Hey, Liz.
Hi, how are you all? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Loud and clear. Talk to us about the
Great.
K-8 active event.
So we're gonna be at Sky Zone. Do you have the date listed there? The actual date is April
26.
26th, that's right. So it's Sky Zone after school, and I think it's gonna be really fun for the kids. So I think the link's gonna be put out. It's been put out, but we're gonna put it out on social media again. So there's a link in the chat. So, are there any questions about that? Great. So, I think it'll be really fun.
Awesome. I'm
Oh,
looking
I was-
forward to the glow party.
Yes, I was gonna say, just so people don't get confused, you can come after school and
Mhm.
jump, but check out what times are available. There's also going to be a different part of the jumping, that it is the glow party specifically from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And if you
Right.
happen to be a middle school parent on here, please spread the word. We would love, we want to engage with our middle schoolers and have them have a good time. And 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. probably seems like a time that they would still be awake. So it would be great to have them come and do the glow party portion. We are going to have a slice of pizza and a slushie for every Collinswood student.
And Liz, when you do the link online to buy it, I haven't read it yet. Does it include the socks that they make you buy?
I don't believe it does. You may have to buy socks when you get there. So, you can, but if you bring, if they've been there before, they can bring their old Sky Zone socks too. So,
Yeah, I think the socks are like $4 or $5 last time I was there.
yeah, they're not that expensive, but, yeah.
In like all of those places. You can, it doesn't have to be Sky Zone socks. You could do ones from Just Play or Urban Air, if you've been to any of other those places.
Well, actually, they've made me buy them. So,
What? They must not have. Then. Oh, okay.
you must not have got busted, but yeah, yeah, they have to be the ones that say Sky Zone on them, or they won't accept them. And I've had to drag my kids over and be like, see, they say Sky Zone, so yeah, they have to be the Sky Zone socks from before. But yeah, they're not that expensive, and then the slushie will be there on site. Not exactly sure how we're gonna work that out. They might get a ticket or something, but it'll be organized by the time they get there. So should be fun.
Awesome, looking forward to it. Thanks, Liz, for organizing that.
Hey, I've got a quick question about the thing for like middle schoolers and stuff, just to be clear, and I'm pretty sure it's not, but just throwing it out there. It's not like a drop your middle schooler off kind of vibe, right? Like stay with your middle schooler.
It's not I'm probably not the best person to ask because you know how I roll, but it's not our business. I mean, they can do whatever they want, whatever skies. What I mean to say is I would defer to whatever Sky Zone's policy is.
There you go.
I believe that they have to have a waiver. They have to have a waiver signed by their parents. So, and an adult has to check them in. So if, I take Arlo and 5 of his friends and they all have waivers signed ahead of time by their parent, then it's fine if I check them in. So I assume that there will be there's a somewhat requirement of an adult to supervise, but I haven't seen anything on like the number of kids that you can bring with you, but I mean, I would assume that most people don't have cars for that many kiddos, so there'll be at least one parent.
Yeah, and
do you think that's something that we need to put out there, that they need that? I mean, because when you buy the ticket, it's clear in the waiver.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably fine. I don't go to a ton of these places, but I just know that like, middle school is kind of that age. Like I'll take my kid to a birthday party and I'm like, am I supposed to stay or am I supposed to leave him? Or I'm in that weird zone, so it was just on my mind.
Yeah, no, I think that there's going to be an adult, whoever brings them, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that parent, but the waiver has to be assigned ahead of time. So I think that's kind of how they handle it. And yeah, I do think that the glow is sort of geared more towards the older kids. So I think the middle schoolers will have fun, but younger kids are welcome. It is very dark in there at the glow time. So that's something to be aware of, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the fact that if we can get these links out to our lead teachers who handle communication on their grade levels, because sometimes I find some pockets of parents don't read our school-wide reminders of things. But they do read the teacher-led communications. So I'll
Okay.
just see if we can forward that to those teachers so they can be regularly communicating this opportunity.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
All right, thanks again, Liz. All right, next up, Dominique, talk to us about your treasurer update.
Okay, so Sherry already covered that. We got about $610 from our Checker Spirit Night. We've already received that check. I picked it up today, so that's a win. Our current balance in the bank is $62,235.58. I've had a couple more teachers come around and get their 125 reimbursement. I have plenty more that still haven't. So if when we're passing out yogurt bars, maybe we could have like a little, if you remember and just kind of nag them about it, that'd be great. If not, I will nag them when I'm in the building. Audit committee's all up to date. That's still the same. And then the only thing that I think is a big deal for me, I really need all of my like committee heads, chairperson people, anyone who has a 2 cents that they want to share. I really need to get kind of the vibe check for how we want to articulate our budget for the next school year. So if you run an event or you want to help run an event or you have any kind of like passion for how we are going to construct our budget, I'm going to start building up a proposal for how our budget should be for the next school year. So if you can get any and all information that you'd like to share with me by the end of the month, that would be amazing, since we now have the opportunity to approve that budget before the next school year officially begins. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Dominique. Any questions from the group for Dominique?
I guess it's Pamela. Just one question. If you need, I guess, is it via email? For keeping it to year's budget, probably don't need much explanation, but if we want to take it up, I'm just speaking a question maybe on behalf of other people that might really have a budget that needs to, maybe they're thinking, hey, the sky is the limit. You would probably, like, how formal do you need explanations? You need, a one-on-one conversation with the committee lead for that kind of thing. I'm just kind of wondering your process.
Well, a lot of how it's been like last year, a lot of people were like, we did this much this year, we want to make it bigger, we'll do this, or we didn't really need that much. If it's anything that seems kind of crazy or I don't understand, I would definitely reach back out and we would have kind of like a chat to figure out what's going to be the best way to move forward. But I mean, even with our kind of more aggressive budget that we had for this year, we're still not running out of money. So I think we'll be okay. I think the problem is getting people to actually spend the money and fill out the reimbursement more. Honestly, I feel like that's the hardest part. It's just getting people to spend the money.
Well, that's an interesting situation to be in. Is it, I don't know, I'm going to be provocative here. Does that mean that money is not needed? I guess we're talking about the 125 automatic allocation
Right.
to all the teachers.
Well,
Yeah.
I've had some teachers, I've had quite a few, the ones that could, habitually come and spend and, file for that reimbursement. They ask if there's any way to make it more for next year. And then I have others who, they don't save the receipts or they're just too busy to remember. So it's kind of a weird spot. We like to always have that money available for our teachers to support them and support our kids. Ross is great at spending all of his budget. There's zero shade on Ross. And then as far as, other things, I mean, I think it's more like we had that money set aside for example, for field trips that didn't really get spent anywhere because nobody seemed to know that it was there. And then even afterwards, no one's really approached us about accessing or using those funds. And that was, I think we set aside $4,500 for that. Another thing I think that was really, that's changed it for this year as far as not spending as much as anticipated, are some of the smaller things that have added up, like innovation grants, and CASA's hasn't spent a lot, middle school discretionary hasn't spent a lot. I hear that they plan to really max out what they can by the end of the year, but it hasn't happened yet. So, you know, we still have a couple months to go and see if they're really going to use that money. And after that, I think, yeah, we should definitely look at reallocating things to align better with what our spending actually looks like.
Yep, makes sense.
Any other questions for Dominique?
Yeah, for that 125 reimbursement for the teachers specifically, when I remind them during our little yogurt cart moment, what are the specifics? Do they need to reach out to you directly? Do they need to bring their receipts to you? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, they can just fill out a
that
form
form.
that's in
Yeah.
the front office, staple the original receipts to the back. And that's basically it. I mean, the form is pretty straightforward, and as long as they tell me it's that they use it for their classroom discretionary, it's you know, as long as it's not like they bought a bunch of random things that are clearly not used for classrooms, like, you know, beer, then I will reimburse it. As long as
Sure.
it's not obviously not for students, it's gonna probably be fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, any other questions? Alrighty. Well, I know Principal Modine is at the board meeting right now, so she was hoping to be done in time to kind of chat with everybody a little bit more about the upcoming Noche Familiar, but I know Sherry covered kind of the basics of it, so I'm sure we'll hear more of it from her directly via Parent Square. As far as upcoming events, we've got Principal Coffee coming up on the 18th, Noche Familiar on the 19th that we talked about. Kindergarten Beginners Night is on the 25th. So that's going to be wild that we already have another kindergarten class coming in, and yeah. That same night, we've got the glow party
Danny.
at High Zone. Hey, Emily?
Danny, it's Pamela. Can I mention something really quick about that?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm so excited. There's already one entering kindergarten parent that's reached out to the PTA's general email box asking like, how do I get, you know, plugged in? Or maybe it may have been through the PTA like give backs. I forget, but I'm like, this is great. Like, wow.
Yeah, I actually reached out to them via email. They were they reached out to the PTA via email, like Pamela said. They said they rising kindergarten parent, and they've already checked out our socials and saw that we have a PTA meeting tonight, and they were asking if they could come in and join the PTA meeting. So very exciting times. It's always great to kind of get that fresh influx of new energy, and when people were very excited to be a part of the Jaguar family.
And I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but I am seeing a couple of new names showing up at today's meeting. It's a small group here, but I wasn't sure if they're new parents, existing Collinswood parents, or rising kindergartners on this call. In either case, welcome.
Thanks, Pamela. Then outdoor beautification, speaking of Ross, on the 27th, so after the kids have bounced their hearts out on Friday night, we can put them to work the next morning. And then we've got the staff appreciation week that that Jamie was talking about to look forward to.
Oh, for the outdoor beautification, just because you said morning, Ross had to change that. The PTA calendar, I think it's 12 or 12:30 as the start time till 2 or 2:30. So please, oh, thank you. Take a look at that. I had changed it recently, so it's top of mind. Yeah, 12 to 2:30. So
Nice, so you can let them sleep in and then kick them awake and set them to work and get dirty.
Yes.
Thanks for the clarification, Sherry. Not on the written agenda, but something that was being discussed a little bit earlier, just something to look out for. Speaking of kindergartners, beginners night and all that, next month is May, and that is technically our last PTA meeting of 2023-2024 school year, which is super weird. One thing to keep an eye out for with that is Naomi and her team, the nominations committee, have got everything ready to go for the elections for next year's PTA executive board. TBD on whether that's going to happen as a part of that general meeting on May 14th, or whether we're going to have a separate meeting to do those elections. The board's gonna get together and kind of decide what's best, and we will make sure we let everybody know with plenty of time. Anybody has any strong feelings about it either way, feel free to send me an email or bother Sherry, or come find me on Dad's on Duty on Fridays and let me know, shout at me as you drive by. But be on the lookout for more information. And that's it for the agenda. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
I've got a
Going once,
question.
twice.
I have something, but I'll wait.
I think Dominique started first.
Good.
What's up, Dominique?
Owen. Sorry. Okay. I had two questions, but I can only remember one of them right now. No, I remember the second one. Do we need PTA presence at the kindergarten beginners night thing on the 25th?
So I will be there because I have one. Ross will be there. He has one.
Okay, we're
Robert
good.
Koch.
I will be there.
Okay, we're covered. Great, beautiful. Question number two, Sherry, are we doing another like Collinswood family social type thing? Do we want to maybe invite some of these rising kinder families since they're all like gung ho right now?
Yes.
The neighborhood meetups.
Yeah, I didn't mention, I guess I didn't talk about it in this meeting, but I did the last one. The neighborhood meetups are on for May. The committee is just deciding whether they want to do it like all in one weekend or split it up over 2 weekends. Interestingly, in May, you have one weekend has Cinco de Mayo, one weekend has Mother's Day, one weekend has Memorial Day. So they're just figuring that part out, and then they'll send out the promotions. But it is still happening, and that is a good idea. We'll definitely know by then, and we should absolutely invite them. Reach out to I have had people randomly reaching out to me over the past month saying that they're so excited to start at Collinswood, similar to that enthusiastic rising kindergarten mom today. So please let them know we do have a rising kindergarten group me already formed. They have been invited since February. I've been letting them know when we've been having the meetups. We would like to get them on board as soon as possible. I'll actually roll that into what I wanted to say, which is if you have the appetite to do more, like be on a committee, I know we ask a lot of you, but honestly, just remember the strongest schools have really strong PTAs, and I am part of the CMS equity committee. I see it, I live it, and we have a very strong one. But we're always looking for people interested in joining committees and having the opportunity to work with them. There's a lot of cool stuff that we could do that we just don't have the capacity right now. Things like partnering with local restaurants that do a lot of great give backs. And that could look like awesome restaurants here on South Boulevard, or that could look like Taco Mama or Chipotle, which are actually very generous with their give back nights. But we just need some help with organizing those. So if you want to be plugged in a little more, or if you just want to talk about what your talents are and see if there is something that you can help with, I am happy to talk to you. Danny would be happy to talk to you. VP@collinswoodpta.com, or you can text me. I'll even have Danny put my phone number in the chat. That's right. I know.
Oh, bro.
I know. It's 412-860-0129. You can call or text me anytime, and I'm happy to talk about how awesome our PTA is and get you plugged in.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Official.
All right, Sherry's phone number is going into the chat. I will warn you, she will text you entire paragraphs, so be careful what you wish for.
I'm so bad at brevity.
And I hope you
Clearly,
don't mind
terrible at it.
getting notifications early in the morning.
Yeah, Sherry's an early riser, everybody. Oh, and I totally misspelled your last name. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, everybody. Any other questions? Any other comments?
I don't think she's on the call right now.
Oh,
No.
yeah. No.
No, she's not mentioned that.
Okay.
Oh.
So I do just want to put a small plug. You'll be getting more information along with lots of other people, including our staff. That we will be having an EOG night, kind of not traditional EOG night, as you might be thinking, some of you who have been here for a long time. It will be on April 30th, I believe. I believe the time is either 5 to 7 or 5:30 to 7:30. I will get more information on that and get that out to everybody. But that will be a time for parents and students to both come. It is not a formal event with the exception of one part in 3rd grade. You'll be able to come with your student and there'll be some practice problems all around their hallways and you will be able to get an idea yourselves of what kind of questions and reading passages and such that students base on the EOG. So it's kind of nice for parents to see and you guys can work together through the problems.
That's cool.
And be able to play in the playground and such that evening. And then in 3rd grade in particular, there will be an opportunity for parents to participate in a short session on the Read to Achieve legislation that is important for all 3rd grade families to know. As well as just that some 1st year 3rd graders are facing the EOG. So parents will get an idea of what the EOG is and how we do not want our children coming in stressed out. We want them to know that they absolutely can be successful those assessments. So they'll have an opportunity to learn about the assessments.
Will you guys
I have a
do?
question. Is 2nd grade kids, will they be welcome to come to the EOG night as they will take the EOG in the fall?
That question was just asked, actually. And so I will get more information on that and that will be part of our announcement when it comes out.
Okay,
but that
cool.
was
Thank you so much.
However, it really is going to be a practice for current 3rd through 8th grade students. And I don't really want to give our 2nd graders the impression of being nervous coming into 3rd grade. Like I want them really to be excited about learning, right? So that would be the only thing that I think we're having a little discussion on. But Ms. Modine will make that final call.
Childcare in the gym.
There will be no childcare because parents will be with their children. So there will be no childcare for that evening, just FYI.
Very important.
That is an important note.
So,
Cool.
and it should
Alright.
be short, and it shouldn't be a long event.
Yeah.
And it
That's
does
awesome.
involve opportunities to play as well, so
Nice.
Yay.
bonus.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Going once, going twice? All right, I move that we adjourn the April edition of the PTA meeting.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out. We will see you around. Good night, y'all.
Thanks.